Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Wednesday, May 28th, and we're going to review Hebrews 1:1 through 4. We're going to read it all together, and then we're going to dissect verses 3 and 4 today. So Hebrews 1:1 says, "Long ago, at many times and in many ways, God spoke to our fathers by the prophets. But in these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed the heir of all things, through whom also he created the world. He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the power of his word. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, having become a much superior to angels, as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs." Okay, so let's break this down. First of all, we've got that he is the radiance of God, of the glory of God. God's glory radiates off him. He has that radiance. He is the light of the world. He is that light that's coming off of God. He is the exact imprint of his nature. Now, the Hebrews that received this letter would have understood that a little bit differently than we do here in the United States in the year 2025. When they sealed a letter and they said, "This is definitely coming from me," they had a signet ring that had some kind of a symbol in it, and they would dip it in wax, and then they would put it on the letter to seal it. So he is sealed with the imprint of God's nature, the exact imprint. When you're looking at Jesus, you're looking at God. When you're looking at God, you're looking at Jesus. And how did he get that? And he got that imprint, and then he upholds the universe. The entire universe is in his hand. He holds it. He controls it. That reminds us that he is out of time. He's all powerful. He's all knowing. He knows everything that's going on in that universe. Let's not squeak the toy while I'm recording. Thank you. So he's upholding that universe. And how does he have that power? By his very word. When he speaks his word, creation happens. That word became flesh. And then what did Jesus do? After making purification for sins, we're purified from our sins because of what Christ did on the cross and his resurrection. After he had finished that and he ascended, he sat down to the right, at the right hand of the Majesty on high. He sat down at God's right hand. So we had some notes in the ESV Fire Study Bible. It said that there is no other place in the New Testament where we find the phrase radiance of the glory that the writer uses here. It refers to the mark that would be left by an engraving stamp that was pressed in the sealing wax and used on a private letter or official document, or the impression mold used to make a coin. The stamp and the impression would be exact. God's Son, Jesus, radiates and reflects God's full glory and character because he shares his Father's nature and his essence. Now, when he sat down at the right hand, sorry, my dogs are being weird. After he paid the penalty for our sin and provided that way for us to have that unending supply of grace, to have that purification from our sins, then he sat down and he's at the right hand of God. From that place of ultimate authority, he's got all that power, all that majesty. Demons flee when we speak his name. From that place of ultimate authority, he continues to redeem. He's actively mediating for us, carrying our prayers straight to God the Father. And then we get to verse 4, which says, "Having become as much superior to angels as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs." The power of a name. We've got to remember that Abraham started as Abram, and then they put the H in it. That H is the same letter that's used for God's name. And then Sarah's name was Sarai. And then they took it and they put that H on it to put God's name on their identity. The identity of who God is more excellent than those angels and more elevated than those angels. We'll learn more about that tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.